Slovakia and Ukraine. This 2 p.m. kickoff Greenwich Mean Time. Both teams looking victory over Belgium in their group stage opener. But as for Ukraine, well, their 3-0 defeat to Romania in their opening encounter means that they must secure victory this afternoon if they're to stand any chance of potentially progressing to the last 16 of the tournament. The venue today is the Dusseldorf Arena as the pre-match anthems boom around the stadium. Of course, Ukraine all in yellow, with Slovakia, they will don their home strip for today's encounter, a royal blue shirt, shorts and socks. It's fair to say the Dusseldorf Arena is laced with yellow and blue throughout the stands as the anthem of Slovakia is played out across the tannoy. Both teams, of course, will be eyeing a victory, but what a start it has been for Slovakia and their coach Francesco Calzona, one of 4 Italians in fact at Euro 2024. We will bring you the lineups very shortly, but it is now time to just mention that Flash Score is your home of top flight and international football, not just this summer, but also, of course, next season. We will also bring you the live audio commentary later on, straight after this clash between Poland and Austria, which kicks off at 5 p.m, followed by a penultimate encounter, which will see France go up against the Netherlands. That is, of course, at 8 p.m. So now turning our attentions to the lineups, we do start with Slovakia. Francesco Calzona has opted for a traditional 4-3-3 formation. It sees the Newcastle goalkeeper Martin Dubravka start between the sticks. There's a back four of Peter Pekarik. Denis Vavro is alongside Milan Skriniar, the 29-year-old who plies his trade at Paris Saint-Germain. And on the left-hand side of the defence, David Hanko takes up the role in the full-back position. Keep an eye out for him. He is 26 years of age and plays his club football with Feyenoord, but has been linked with a move to Liverpool. 3 in midfield for Slovakia sees Juraj Kučka alongside Stanislav Lobotka and Ondrej Duda. There's 3 further forward in attack with Ivan Šrons alongside Robert Bezanik and Lucas Hrazlin. The referee, in fact, for today's encounter is Mr. Michael Oliver, with Stuart Burt and Dan Cook as the other officials. And as for Ukraine, it's a 4-2-3-1 formation for Serhii Rebevrov's men. Antolin Trublin is between the sticks. There's a back four of Alexander Trinchuk, Ilya Zarabani, who plays his club football with Brighton in the Premier League, alongside Mikhailo Matvienko, with Alexander Zinchenko, a familiar name, who plays his football domestically with Arsenal. There's 2 holding midfielders for Ukraine. Mykola Shaparenko is alongside Vladimir Brashko, with 3 in a further forward in more attacking advanced positions. Andrei Yarmolenko starts on the right side. He skippers the Ukraine team with Georgi Sudakov and Chelsea's Mikhailo Mudryk on the left-hand side. Artem Dovbyk is the lone striker for Ukraine. We will just pause for a minute's silence for Gerhard Einger, who has sadly passed away. So we are now ready for kick-off. Both teams take their positions on the field of play. Of course, Ukraine, they will certainly be eyeing a victory as they look to keep their Euro 2024 qualification, group stage qualification hopes alive. And a victory is needed for Serhii Rebrov's men. As mentioned, Ukraine all in yellow and Slovakia in blue. We are ready for the kick-off. Michael Oliver, the man in charge, as mentioned. It will, of course, be Slovakia to get the encounter underway. They're kicking from left to right in this first half. And the players are ready. Slovakia looking to build, as mentioned, on that victory over Belgium on match day 1. Michael Oliver just checks his watch, makes sure everything is in position. And we are now underway at the Dusseldorf Arena. Slovakia do have the ball. They have it inside their centre circle. We are already underway. The ball is now inside the Slovakian half. It's floated down by Denis Vavro up towards that Ukrainian 18-yard box. Slovakia have the ball now with Vavro once again. Inside there, the Slovakian half, inside the centre circle. Back to Vavro, who gets it from David Hanko. A name to keep an eye on throughout this tournament. This is Vavro again on his right foot, around 5 yards short of halfway. Sends it over deep towards that left-hand side of the Ukrainian 18-yard box. Ball is put out of play, though, by Slovakia's Lukas Haraslin. And it will be a goal kick to Ukraine. But plenty of work to do for Francesco Calzone's men. And, of course, Serhii Rebevrov. Ukraine, in fact, are in danger of losing consecutive matches for the first time since a run of 3 defeats in November. They came against Spain, France and Germany respectively, as the goal kick is taken by Ukraine. The ball is played further downfield from outside their 18-yard box, deep into the Slovakian half. Milan Skriniar helps it on, the Paris Saint-Germain centre-back. Ball is out on the far side for a Ukraine throw-in. Just over halfway. Instead, Michael Oliver has opted to give it to Slovakia, who quickly get proceedings back underway. They have the ball to the left of their 18-yard box, played forward by David Hanko, chested down rather neatly by Robert Bozanek, and now Slovakia come forward deep into the Ukraine half down their left, inside the 18-yard box. The ball is played out on the edge of the area. Space now for Stanislav Lobotka, floats it over to the right-hand side. This is good build-up play by Slovakia down the right-hand side of the Ukraine 18-yard box. Lobotka again. He's guilty of giving the ball away. Now this is Mudryk for Ukraine. Looks to get the men in yellow on the attack, but he runs into traffic. Now Slovakia have it in the centre circle. Play it out to their left-hand side, and there is a Slovakian player who has gone down over on the far side down the left. That player is Lukas Haraslin, who went down under a challenge from Ukraine's Andrei Yarmolenko, but it will just be a throw-in on the far side, says Michael Oliver. And now Slovakia have it back inside their half with Denis Vavro, 5 yards short of halfway. This time he plays the ball out to the right-hand side. Space for Peter Pekarik. Gives it back to Vavro on his right foot, the experienced Slovakian centre-back, alongside another in Milan Skriniar. Vavro again, 2 yards short of halfway. Back to Skriniar. Skriniar plays it into the Ukrainian half and then gets it back this time from Juraj Kuchka. Now this is Vavro again, over halfway into the Ukrainian half, down the Slovakian right-hand side. Picked up now by Ivan Shranj. Looks to pick out Lukas Haraslin, and the ball drifts out for a Slovakia throw-in down their right-hand side around 2 yards or so short of the Ukrainian right-hand corner flag. It will be Peter Pekarik to take the Slovakian throw in. You are listening to Flash Score. 3.5 minutes gone in Dusseldorf, this Euro 2024 group stage clash. It's Slovakia 0, Ukraine 0. Play has just been brought back for an offside, so it will be a free kick to Ukraine to the left of their 18-yard box. Free kick which is quickly taken and played back to Anatoly Trublin, the Ukrainian goalkeeper, who plays the ball short. This time it's at the back with Ukraine, and their defender Ilya Zabani, who plays his club football with Bournemouth in the Premier League. This is the Ukrainian goalkeeper Trublin again. Plays it out this time to Mykolo Matvienko, who sends it forward deep into Slovakian territory. Brought down rather neatly, but the flag has been raised for an offside. It was Andrei Yarmolenko who got his boot to it, latched onto the forward pass deep into the Slovakian half centrally, but he didn't watch his run or the line, and it will be a free kick now to Slovakia. The ball is put down by Milan Skriniar. This is Vavro. Vavro has it on his right foot, around 4 yards short of halfway, plays it into the Ukrainian half, but it's easily picked up by the men in yellow. This is Ilya Zabani onto his fellow centre-back Mykolo Matvienko. Now all the way back to Alexander Zinchenko, who has found himself out of the Arsenal team at the back end of last season. As a substitute for a few of their Arsenal's games running up to their potential title bid. But Ukraine come forward now deep into the Slovakian half. The ball is played across into the area from the right hand side, and it's easily dealt with though by Slovakia, who are all in royal blue for today's encounter, and it will be a free kick to Slovakia. A foul this time by Ukraine's Artem Dovbyk. Serhij Rebevrov is the man in the dugout for Ukraine, dressed in all black with his arms folded. Those Ukrainian supporters already making themselves heard inside the Dusseldorf arena. The stadium, which in fact holds just over 54,500 people. Slovakia, I should say, come forward with the ball. Very easy to say Slovenia and Slovakia and Serbia. The three S's are all in Euro 2024. But it is Slovakia against Ukraine. Now this is Vavro, plays the ball out to his left-hand side, picked up now by Milan Skriniar, very experienced man in defence who's wearing the Slovakia armband. The ball is out to the right-hand side, picked up this time by the Slovakian number 2, Peter Pekarik. Now Slovakia have it and bring it forward over halfway centrally inside the Ukrainian half. It's floated over to the left-hand side. Slovakia have it to the left of the Ukrainian 18-yard box. Ball is whipped in from the left, but it's too close to goalkeeper Anatoly Trublin, who is happy to get the ball in his grasp. The Ukrainian shot stopper rolls it out to his left-hand side, picked up by Mykolo Matvienko this time. Now on to Zabani. Brings it forward on his right boot, plays it short. Ukraine have the ball centrally around 5 yards or so out of their 18-yard box. Now Zinchenko down the Ukraine left-hand side, plays the ball all the way back to his fellow defender Mykolenko Matvienko. Now Matvienko again. Rather dangerous ball over to his fellow centre-back partner Zabani, but he did well to control it and play it forward. But in doing so, he gives it to Slovakia. They have it now just over halfway into the Ukrainian half, and then opt to play it back into their safety net, the Slovakian half. The ball is now with Milan Skriniar. Fires it over to the right-hand side into Ukrainian territory. Alexander Zinchenko battling for it. The ball is now inside the Slovakian half at the back, and it runs all the way through to their goalkeeper Martin Dubravka. He plays it short onto Milan Skriniar out to his left-hand side. Skriniar now has it 8 yards or so short in a central position in the Slovakian half, 8 yards short of halfway. Now this time it's played forward over to the left-hand side by Denis Vavro, headed down by Lukas Hrazlin, over to that left-hand side to the left of the Ukrainian 18-yard box, but it's dealt well with by Ukraine as they look for a way forward. Now it's their turn to come forward over halfway. They have it deep into the Slovakian half down the left-hand side. Ball was around 30 yards or so from the 18-yard box, but it's an overhit ball which runs through to Dubravka, the Slovakian goalkeeper. 10 minutes gone though at the Dusseldorf Arena. You are listening to Flash Score, bringing you the live audio commentary between this Euro 2024 encounter. Slovakia 0, Ukraine 0, as Slovakia come forward on the attack just over halfway inside the Ukrainian half. Now the ball is out to the left-hand side on the edge of the area. Nice turn, a shot is fired in, and this time it's saved well in the end by Trublin in the Ukraine goal. First real opportunity comes in the way of Slovakia, and they come forward yet again. Ball is on the edge of the 18-yard box centrally, now crossed in from the right-hand side by Peter Pekarik. This is good build-up though by Slovakia in these opening 10 minutes. They are on the front foot. They have it to the left of the Ukrainian 18-yard box, and this time a shot is fired in, saved by Antolin Trublin. It was Ondrej Duda who took the effort on from 8 yards within the 18-yard box of the Ukrainian box, but Ukraine survive. Slovakia 0, Ukraine 0. Now Ukraine have it just over centrally inside their half. Ball is played all the way back though now to Antolin Trublin inside the Ukrainian 18-yard box. He plays it short, and this time it's fired over halfway out to the Ukrainian right-hand side. Played back into Francesco Calzona's men's half. Ball is played over the top, but out comes Martin Dubravka to claim it, the Slovakian goalkeeper, who immediately rolls it out to his left-hand side. Now it's picked up by Milan Skriniar, who has it centrally inside the Slovakian half, around 10 yards or so from halfway. Plays it out to his right-hand side, and it's picked up by Denis Vavro. Sends it over inside the Ukrainian half. This time, Slovakia look to come forward on the attack down the right-hand side. This is Pekarik. Plays it in from the right-hand side. It's a rather deep cross, which is picked up by David Hanko. Now the ball is offloaded to Ondrej Duda, who looks to find a cross. Instead he goes for goal on the edge of the area to the left-hand side of the Ukrainian D, the 18-yard box, but it drifts wide of goal, not troubling Trublin in the Ukrainian goal. 11.5 minutes gone in Dusseldorf. Slovakia 0, Ukraine 0, but it is Slovakia who have had the majority of the ball and possession and the opportunities so far. So that effort shortly, moments before Duda's effort, which was saved by Trublin. Hrazlin it was who took a shot on, which was saved by the Ukrainian goalkeeper with his legs. Ukraine have the ball now, bring it forward out of their 18-yard box down their left-hand side. Picked up now by Alexander Zinchenko, who's looking for options. Plays it short to his right-hand side. Picked up now by Ukraine, and Zinchenko gets the ball once more. Brings it on his left foot and plays it to his fellow centre-back partner, Nikolo Matviyenko. Now Zabani infield centrally. Ukraine looking for a way forward. Now they bring it over halfway into the Slovakian half. Out to the right-hand side. A crosses into the area. It was a rather dangerous ball across the face of goal. Artem Dubovic looking to latch onto it, but again Ukraine come forward again. They have the ball centrally around 24 yards from goal, and a shot straight into the gloves of Martin Dubravka. It was an effort by the Ukrainian number 18, Volodymyr Brashko, who took it on, but it's not troubling the Newcastle goalkeeper in the Slovakia goal. Now this is Denis Vavro for Slovakia. Has it on his right boot and sends it out to his left-hand side onto the right boot of Milan Skriniar. Very experienced rock at the back for Slovakia, who come forward down the Ukrainian half, down their left-hand side. Played back into the path of David Hanko. As mentioned, 26 years of age, David Hanko. Plays his club football in the Eredivisie with Feyenoord, been linked with a move to Arne Slot's Liverpool. Of course, knows the Dutchman well from his time with Feyenoord. And now Ukraine have the ball inside their half. It's floated out to the right-hand side. They bring it over halfway into the Slovakian half. This is Ukraine's Mikhailo Mudryk on the ball. Slovakia now win it back and come forward themselves. Ball is into the feet of Stanislav Lobotka, sent over to the left-hand side, and the ball takes a nick off a Ukraine body in Andrei Yarmolenko, and it will be a throw-in to Slovakia, which David Hanko will take around 15 yards or so down the Slovakian left-hand side from their corner flag. This time it's played forward by Milan Skriniar, but out of play for another Slovakian throw-in on the far side, around 8 yards short of halfway. Now this is Milan Skriniar once more, onto David Hanko. Quarter of an hour gone in Dusseldorf. Slovakia 0, Ukraine 0. You are listening to Flash Score, your home, of course, of top flight and international football this summer. Not just this summer, but also, of course, next season. We will, of course, be bringing you Poland against Austria at 5 o'clock and France against the Netherlands later on at 8 p.m. as Slovakia come forward around 23 yards from goal inside the Ukrainian half, and there is a foul which has been brought back for a free kick. It will be a free kick to Slovakia in a rather promising position. Stanislav Lobotka was the player who went down under a challenge. It was a challenge made by Volodymyr Brashko, and it's in a really inviting position for Slovakia. A free kick which will be taken to the right of the Ukrainian D, around 22 yards or so from goal. Antolin Trublin, the Ukrainian goalkeeper, just barks a few instructions towards his players. It will be a Ukrainian four-man wall. Two Slovakian players, David Hanko and Ondrej Duda, are both deep in conversation. It looks as though it could be Duda to take it, but David Hanko is also there alongside him. Hanko just placing the ball down on the turf as he repositions it. Ukraine with Sudakov in the draft excluder, Cheslong underneath the wall. Slovakia are about to take the free kick. It will be Hanko who goes for goal, and it's saved by Trublin in the Ukrainian goal. He got down well to his right-hand side to prevent David Hanko finding that bottom right-hand corner of the Ukrainian net. It was a rather routine stop that by Antolin Trublin in the Ukrainian goal. And it drifts out on the far side for a Slovakian throw-in, which David Hanko quickly takes. The ball is played into the Ukrainian area, and this time the ball is into the back of the net. It's Slovakia who take the lead. Inside 17 minutes. It's Ivan Stranz who was there, right place at the right time, to head the ball beyond Antolin Trublin and into the back of the Ukrainian net. Not the start that Serhij Rebevrov would have wanted, the Ukrainian manager. But the Slovakian players turn away in celebration. Ivan Stranz is the player who put the ball into the back of the net. It was a rather hopeful ball from the left-hand side within the Ukrainian 18-yard box. And Ivan Stranz did the right thing. He headed it down into the turf, and it deceives Antolin Trublin and goes into the back of the Ukrainian net. And on 17 and a half minutes gone, it is Slovakia 0, Ukraine 1. What a start we've had in this 2 p.m. kickoff. Slovakia with plenty of the ball in possession, and now it's Ukraine's turn. They need to find a way back into this contest. Andrei Shevchenko is in the stands to cheer on his nation. It would be interesting to see what he has to say about that goal. Ukraine a bit rather lacklustre at the back in these opening early exchanges. Nothing Antolin Trublin could have done with that goal as the ball is played all the way back by Alexander Zinchenko into the Ukraine 18-yard box. Slovakia 1, Ukraine 0. 18 and a half minutes gone. You are listening to Flash Score, bringing you live football of this group encounter. Flash Score, your home of top flight and international football, not only this summer but of course next season, as Ukraine have the ball just over halfway inside the Slovakian half. They float it over to the right hand side. Slovakia look to win the ball back, and Ukraine this time do the most sensible option and play it back into their half. They come forward now just over halfway inside the Slovakian half. The ball is played over to the right hand side, but it's out of play, and it will be a throw-in down the Slovakian left, around 8 yards or so short of the corner flag. But that is a second goal of the tournament for Ivan Shranj. Of course, he was the player who got the goal in that memorable victory against Belgium in the match day 1 of the tournament. Throw-in is taken by Slovakia down their left-hand side, and this time it will be a free kick to Slovakia for a nudge in the back. Slovakia quickly get proceedings back underway. Andrzej Duda has it. Now on to David Hanko, to the left-hand side of the Slovakia 18-yard box, and that ball by Hanko was a rather loose one. It had Martin Dubravka scrambling over to his right-hand side, but Slovakia play the ball out from the back. They have it now with Peter Pekarik. On to Stanislav Lobotka. Lobotka this time, the Napoli midfielder, plays it back to his goalkeeper Dubravka. Gets it back, Lobotka manages to deceive Vladimir Brashko. Now out to the right-hand side. Pekarik over halfway into the Ukrainian half, just over halfway, and now picks out the goal scorer Ivan Shranj. Slovakia 1, Ukraine 0. 20 minutes on the clock at the Dusseldorf Arena. You are listening to Flash Score, bringing you the top flight football, not just this summer and international football, but of course next season as well. The Slovakia have the ball inside their half, around 8 yards from halfway, in a central position with Andrzej Duda. This time plays it back to Denis Vavro on his right foot. Plays the ball over to the left flank, headed down this time by Lucas Haraslin, but the ball drifts out on the far side for a Ukrainian throw-in. Ukraine have the ball now inside their half, around 4 yards or so over past their 18-yard box. This is Alexander Zinchenko, all the way back to his teammate Mikhailo Matvienko. Now this is Trublin, the goalkeeper, plays it short out to his right-hand side onto Alexander Turnchik. Now Zinchenko again, out to the centre of the field. Ukraine have the ball now back into their 18-yard box. Played over to the right-hand side, onto Turnjik again. This time Ukraine looking to find a way forward. They come forward over halfway inside the Slovakian half. Mudryk has it around 26 yards from goal, and Mudryk goes for goal. It was a rather poor effort, to say the least, that from the Chelsea man. He got too much over it and sends it well over Martin Dubravka's crossbar. But Slovakia have been the better of the two teams so far, have tested Antolin Trublin on numerous occasions and are worthy of their goal. Ivan Shranj, the player who's got it. If you are just joining us, it's Slovakia 1, Ukraine 0. 22 and a half minutes gone at the Dusseldorf Arena. Slovakia have it now around 10 yards from halfway centrally with Milan Skriniar. Looking for options, the Paris Saint-Germain defender gets the ball back from Stanislav Lobotka. Now this is the space now for Juraj Kuchka, who plays it forward up towards that Ukrainian 18-yard box, and it was chested down in the end by the Slovakian forward Robert Bosnik, but he was, to a judge, to have just fouled the Ukrainian centre-back Matvienko, and Ukraine get a free kick. Matvienko has it just out of his 18-yard box, now out to the left-hand side. This is Zinchenko, plays it out to his left, and it's picked up by Ukraine's Mikhailo Shaparenko. Played forward and headed down by Denis Vavro, the Slovakian at the heart of the defence. Ukraine come forward though and then give the ball away. This is Peter Pekarik. Now on to Stanislav Lobotka. Andrzej Duda picks it up just short of the halfway line. Slovakia happy to just play keep ball in these 24 minutes which have already been played at the Dusseldorf Arena. Slovakia 1, Ukraine 0. Skriniar to Vavro, over halfway down the Slovakian right-hand side. Picked up by Haraslin. Infield onto Duda. Back over into the Slovakian half onto Vavro. Now space for Skriniar. Plays it into the centre circle and picked up by Andrzej Duda. Vavro again, sends it over to the left-hand side. David Hanko looking to latch onto it. He's done well, Hanko. Still going. The ball is delivered in from the left of the Ukraine 18-yard box, but it's headed back rather comfortably by Alexander Zinchenko to his goalkeeper, Trublin. He rolls the ball out to his fellow teammate, Mikhailo Matvienko. Matvienko this time onto Ilya Zabani. The Bournemouth centre-back back to Matvienko, who this time gives it to his goalkeeper, Trublin, inside his 6-yard box. Trublin brings it out on his right foot, looking for options, just short of his 18-yard box, the Ukrainian goalkeeper. Now this is Zinchenko down the Ukraine left-hand side. Plays it all the way back to Matvienko again. Now Trublin. The Ukrainian goalkeeper out to Zabani. We're yet to really see Ukraine test Martin Dubravka in the Slovakian goal. This is Zabani again. Picks the ball up from Matvienko, sends it forward. Rather hit and hopeful ball that by Matvienko, headed down by the Slovakian defender Denis Vavro. Slovakia have it inside their half in the centre circle. This is Lobotka. Picked up by Andrzej Duda now. Now Vavro, back to Lobotka again. This is Milan Skriniar. Slovakia 1, Ukraine 0. Don't forget, Flash Score will bring you the live audio commentary of Poland against Austria at 5 p.m. and we'll also have that penultimate clash between France and the Netherlands at 8 p.m. And Slovakia come forward and have it on the edge of the Ukraine area, centrally around 18 yards from goal. But Ukraine win it back and look to find a way forward. They have it down the right-hand side. That penultimate clash between France and the Netherlands still to come at 8 p.m. But Slovakia have the ball deep in Ukrainian territory. It's with David Hanko. Plays it back this time onto Andrzej Duda. Slovakia looking to find a way forward. All bodies back though for Ukraine, who are all in yellow, their traditional strip for this encounter. Slovakia have it now just over halfway down their left-hand side. Ball is back into the path of Denis Vavro. Back to Vavro again. He's got Milan Skriniar up to against him up his left to his left. He picks out Skriniar, the Paris Saint-Germain 29-year-old, formerly of Inter Milan, of course. Sends it down the left-hand side. Brought down neatly by David Hanko, and then the ball is given away. Ukraine have it inside their half, around 4 yards or so from their 18-yard box. Now they come forward towards the halfway line. This is Ukraine's Vladimir Brashko. Out to the right-hand side onto Shaparenko. Ukraine play it forward now deep into Slovakian territory. Mudryk, nice ball to feed through to his teammate. An opportunity, and it was an effort which was taken by Artem Dubovik, who looked to have a pop at goal, and it took a deflection on the way. It will go out for a Ukrainian corner. It was good defending that at the back by Peter Pekarik. Alexander Zinchenko raises both hands in the air and is about to take the Ukrainian corner from the left-hand side. Puts the ball down on the spot. All bodies back in the 18-yard box for Slovakia. This is Alexander Zinchenko. Floats the ball in from the left-hand side, and this time it comes off a Slovakian head. It will be another corner to Ukraine. Last touch was off Robert Bosnik. This time Zinchenko takes the short corner. This is Mudryk, floats it in and it's headed away once again, but Mudryk has it again and goes for goal, and this time it takes a nick on the way. Mudryk took the effort on from around 20 yards out, and the last touch was off Andrei Yarmolenko, the Ukrainian skipper, and it drifts out for what will be a Slovakian goal kick. It was a rather pinball-like inside that Slovakian 18-yard box. 29 minutes on the clock. Slovakia 1, Ukraine 0. You are listening to Flash Score, your home of top flight and international football, not only this summer, but of course next season. And Slovakia have the ball down their left-hand side. It's with Milan Skriniar. Now back into the Slovakian 18-yard box, played out by Martin Dubravka onto the right boot of Denis Vavro, who can drift forward on his right boot, sends it over halfway. Now Slovakia have it down their left-hand side, around 4 yards or so short of the Ukrainian 18-yard box. Now played back centrally into the Slovakian half. This is Milan Skriniar. Over halfway out to the left-hand side, picked up by Andrzej Duda. Now over to David Hanko, who could drift forward on his right boot. Picked up now by Ukraine, given away by Slovakia. This is Alexander Zinchenko, but Ukraine guilty of giving the ball away themselves, and it's poked out of play down this right-hand side, the Slovakian right-hand side, and it will be a throw-in around 4 yards short of the right corner flag, which Peter Pekarik will take. Pekarik was just being told to hold onto it for a moment or two, but Slovakia now get the ball back in play. It will be a corner to Slovakia. Last touch now came off a Ukrainian body. It's as though it just took a nick off Alexander Zinchenko. It will be a corner now to Slovakia from the right-hand side. Half an hour gone in Dusseldorf. It's Euro 2024 group stage encounter. Slovakia leading Ukraine by a goal to nil. As Andrzej Duda puts the ball down on the spot for a corner. Corner which will be taken from the right-hand side. All bodies back in the Ukrainian 18-yard box as the men in yellow look to get the ball clear. Michael Oliver has just paused proceedings as he has a word or two with several players in the area. Corner which will now be taken by Slovakia. Duda delivers a rather long one into the area, but Michael Oliver has already blown his whistle because play will be stopped for a free kick to Ukraine. But it has been end-to-end stuff so far in this group stage encounter. Don't forget, Slovakia would book themselves into the last 16 should they secure victory. They are leading Ukraine by a goal to nil so far in this Group D encounter. Ukraine have the ball inside their 18-yard box, played out by Zabani onto his fellow centre-back Nikolo Matvienko. Over to the right-hand side, Ukraine bring it forward deep into Slovakian territory down their right-hand side. They have it around 28 yards out. This time it's played centrally inside the Slovakian half. The ball is with Volodymyr Brashko. Now on to Shaparenko. The ball is out on the far side and now played back into the centre circle. It's with Shaparenko again. Picked up by Zabani on the halfway line. Plays it over halfway inside the Slovakian half. Ukraine now have it down their right. Back and infield into the centre circle. This is Zabani. Over onto Alexander Zinchenko. The Arsenal man plays it infield. Now on to Nikolo Matvienko again. Ball is with Ukraine inside their half. Played all the way back now to their goalkeeper Trublin, who just comes to collect from outside of his 18-yard box. Slovakia 1, Ukraine 0. Ukraine have the ball inside their half. This time it's switched over to the right flank, and Ukraine come forward over halfway. They have it on the edge of the Slovakian area. Now the ball is fed through. Great opportunity. There was a 1-2 there involving Andrei Yarmolenko and Shaparenko, and a shot is fired in, and this time it's off the post. Slovakia failing to clear their lines. Ukraine still have it. The shot is fired in this time by Alexander Zinchenko. It was like pinball in that Slovakian 18-yard box, but play has stopped for an offside. But Martin Dubravka did well to get down to prevent that effort from finding the back of his net. But that's the first opportunity we've seen for Ukraine. The ball was played across and eventually it cannoned back off that Slovakian right-hand post. It was a shot which was fired in the end by their left-hand-sided Andrei Yarmolenko. It was a good effort that, which it looks as though Martin Dubravka didn't get a touch to it. But thankfully for the Slovakian goalkeeper, it doesn't find the back of his net. It looks as though it wouldn't have counted anyway, because there was a Ukraine man standing in an offside position. And now play resumes with Slovakia, who have the ball and send it long up towards that left-hand side. Slovakia come forward on the attack, deep into the Ukrainian half. Now they opt to go all the way back, just over onto halfway, picked up by Milan Skriniar in the centre circle, plays it forward into the Ukrainian half. This is Lobotka, picked up now by Andrzej Duda. Lobotka again, he's got a man out to his left-hand side. He's managed to pick out Lucas Haraslin, who delivers from the left of that Ukrainian 18-yard box, but it's a poor cross straight into the gloves of Antolin Trublin. And rolls the ball out, the Ukrainian goalkeeper. 10 minutes to go before half-time. It's Slovakia 1, Ukraine 0. Don't forget, Flash Score will bring you live audio commentary of both Poland against Austria, which kicks off at 5 o'clock Greenwich Mean Time. And then, of course, there's that huge matchup in Group D between France and the Netherlands, which takes place at 8 p.m. But meanwhile, Ukraine come forward, and this time there was an effort for Mykolenko, who drove his way inside the Slovakian 18-yard box from the left-hand side, but it was picked up rather easily by Martin Dubravka. Now Slovakia have it in the centre circle, just over halfway inside the Ukrainian half. This is Milan Skriniar, out over to the left-hand side, picked up by Lucas Haraslin, who plays it back to David Hanko. Now Skriniar once again. Slovakia happy to just retain possession with less than 10 minutes to go before half-time. Slovakia 1, Ukraine 0 in this Euro 2024 group stage encounter. Slovakia have it now with David Vavro, just short of halfway. Free kick is awarded to Ukraine, around 4 yards to Slovakia, I should say, 4 yards into the Ukrainian half. Free kick which will be taken by Denis Vavro. Plays it the ball short this time, centrally onto Stanislav Lobotka. And Slovakia come forward again, but Ukraine managed to steal it back themselves. As they look for a way forward, they play it over halfway up towards their right-hand side. It's easily dealt with though, and the ball drifts out over on the far side for a throw-in to Ukraine, around 2 yards short of the right Slovakian corner flag. Ball is chipped into the Slovakian 18-yard box, but it's easily dealt with by Milan Skriniar at the back there for Slovakia. But Ukraine come forward again. They have it on to the right of the 18-yard box. The ball is delivered in rather invitingly towards Martin Dubravka's 6-yard box, but he comfortably watches it out of play, the Slovakian goalkeeper, and it will be a Slovakia goal kick. 37 minutes on the clock though. Slovakia 1, Ukraine 0. We're yet to really see Ukraine in this clash. It is a clash which would see Slovakia progress to the last 16 should they secure all 3 points. Of course, they did manage that memorable 1-0 victory over Belgium in their opening encounter. Ivan Shranj was the goal scorer back then, and he's also bagged his second of the tournament so far, because it's his goal That gives Slovakia a 1-goal advantage over Ukraine. 38 minutes gone on the clock. Slovakia who lead Ukraine by just that slender 1 goal. You are listening to Flash Score, your home of top flight and international football, not just this summer but next season, as Slovakia have the ball around 4 yards short of the Ukrainian 18-yard box, but the ball is overhit in the end as it was slipped through towards Robert Bosnik, and it drifts out for a Ukrainian goal kick. But both sets of supporters deep in full voice around what is a rather packed Dusseldorf arena. The ball is with the Ukrainian goalkeeper, Vitalin Trublin. Plays it out to his left-hand side, helped on now by Nikolo Matvienko. Ukraine have the ball just short of halfway down their left-hand side. Played in field by Vladimir Brashko. Now space for Shaparenko as he looks up and plays a telling ball over to that right flank, but Ukraine get themselves a free kick which is just over halfway into the Slovakian half. Michael Oliver just having a word to Robert Bosnik, telling him to take his yards. Now Ukraine take the free kick and have it inside their half. Centrally, the ball is with Ilya Zabani, out to the right hand side. This time Ukraine continue to come forward. Played back into the Ukrainian half onto Zabani. Now Trinchuk played forward into the path of Gregory Sudakov. Now Ukraine come forward again. He's chested down by Alexander Zinchenko. Delivers from the left of the Slovakian 18-yard box. Easily dealt with though by David Hanko, and Michael Oliver has stopped play because he believes David Hanko was just fouled in there, and that it will be a Slovakian free kick. Just 5 minutes to go before half-time. Slovakia still leading Ukraine by a 1-0. Slovakia, of course, as things stand, will book their place into the last 16 of Euro 2024. But of course, there's plenty of time for Ukraine to find that all-important equaliser as the ball is played over halfway deep into the Ukrainian half. It was a foul by the goal scorer Ivan Shranj on the Ukrainian defender Matvienko, and it will be a free kick to Ukraine. They quickly play it forward into the Slovakian half down their left-hand side. Picked up by Ukraine once again with Zabani over to the right-hand side. Ukraine come forward over halfway down their right flank. They have it around 26 yards from the Slovakian goal. Now it's over to the right once again. There's an opportunity perhaps for a free kick. Michael Oliver has just blown his whistle. David Hanko this time is the player who's brought down the skipper of Ukraine, Andrei Yarmolenko. So it will be a free kick in a rather inviting position this for Ukraine. The question is, what can Serhii Rebevrov's side do from this set piece? Set piece which will be taken from the right hand side of the Slovakian 18-yard box. Alexander Zinchenko is just having a word with Mikhailo Mudryk. The rain is rather heavy inside the stadium, but Michael Oliver just having a word with one or two bodies in the Slovakian 18-yard box. It looks as though it could be Alexander Zinchenko to float the ball in. He curls an effort towards Martin Dubravka's goal, and it's parried away by the Newcastle goalkeeper. Rather unconvincingly, it's fair to say, but the last touch came off a Ukrainian body, and it will be a goal kick to Slovakia. 42.5 minutes on the clock. Slovakia leading Ukraine by a 1-0. The ball was fired towards that left-hand post of Dubravka's goal by Alexander Zinchenko, but it was watched comfortably out of play, and it came off a Ukrainian body. So it will be a goal kick to Slovakia. Don't forget, Flash Score is bringing you the live audio commentary of both Poland against Austria, which kicks off at 5 p.m, followed by that penultimate clash between France and the Netherlands at 8 p.m. Ukraine have the ball and give it away rather cheaply. Now Slovakia look to come forward. There's a man out to the left-hand side. He's been picked out. A shot is fired in, and this time it's saved once again by Antolin Trublin. It was an effort from around 26 yards out, rather centrally by the Slovakian forward Lukas Haraslin. It took a nick on the way, in fact, and Trublin got down to push it wide and out for a Slovakian corner. A shot on the edge of the area by Haraslin, and it was parried out for a corner. It was Trublin who got down to his left to parry it away to safety. So what can Slovakia do late on in this first half? A corner which will be taken from the right-hand side. Andrzej Duda puts the ball down on the spot, delivers it in from his right foot. This time it's headed away by the Ukrainian back line, picked up by Mudryk. Now this is Zabani, chips the ball over the top down the Ukrainian left flank, but it's easily picked up by Stanislav Lobotka. Now infield and picked up by Denis Vavro. This is Milan Skriniar. Skriniar has the ball on his left boot. Plays it short to Juraj Kuchka. Now this is Skriniar once again. Plays it to Martin Dubravka, the Slovakian goalkeeper, who sends it forward over halfway into the Ukrainian half, headed down by Mudryk. But again, Slovakia managed to win the ball back, and they have it inside their half, around 10 yards or so from their 18-yard box. This is Dubravka, picks it up from inside his 18-yard box from Milan Skriniar. We're about to find out how many minutes will be added on at the end of this first half. There will in fact just be the additional 1 minute. Slovakia come forward now deep into the Ukrainian half. A chance for a cross from the left of the 18-yard box, which is easily dealt with by Ukraine, and this time the decision has gone in favour of Ukraine because Lukas Haraslin has brought down a Ukrainian body. It will be a free kick to Ukraine from the right of their 18-yard box. Haraslin just bringing down the captain, Andrei Yarmolenko. Ukraine quickly take the free kick. The ball is now down the Ukrainian flank with Alexander Zinchenko, who plays it over halfway into the Slovakian half, but it's picked up once again by Slovakia, and this time David Hanko. On to Peter Pekarik. Floats it forward down the right-hand side, headed down though by Alexander Zinchenko. Now Ukraine have it inside their half, around 4 yards short of halfway. On to the right boot of Matvienko. Now Zinchenko. Referee has drawn a close, in fact, Michael Oliver, for the end of the first half. A rather entertaining first half, to say the least. It is Slovakia who take a 1-goal lead into the break. Ivan Shranj is the goal scorer. He's got his second of the group stages so far. That 17-minute goal which separates the two teams. But at half-time at the Dusseldorf Arena, it's Slovakia 1, Ukraine 0. this second half. All players are back onto the field of play though, ready for the second 45 minutes. Michael Oliver just checking his watch. It will be Ukraine to get the second half underway. They're kicking from left to right. And the ball is with the Ukrainian midfielder Vladimir Brashko. No changes at the break for either side. Slovakia with Dubravka in goal, a back four of Pekaric, Favro, Skriniar and Hanko. Three in midfield in Kuchka, Lobotka and Duda, with Shranz, Bozanic and Haraslin up front. Play has just stopped momentarily because there is a nasty clash of heads, it's fair to say, between Peter Pekaric, the right-sided defender for right-sided fullback for Slovakia, and Alexander Zinchenko. Both went up for the ball, and there is a slight cause for concern for Pekaric, who is laid down on the turf. Alexander Zinchenko looks to come out okay following that challenge. Pekaric has come off worse. Zinchenko has just give the referee the nod, and Pekaric is now back to his feet, the Slovakian right-sided fullback. So, as mentioned, the teams: Ukraine with Trublin in goal, Trinchik, Zabani, Matvienko and Zinchenko are in the defence. Shaparenko and Brashko, the two holding midfielders, with the captain Yarmolenko, Sudakov, Mudryk and Dovbyk up front. Ball is now with Ukraine inside their half, just to the left of their 18-yard box, fired forward by Zinchenko. But again, Slovakia immediately win it back and send it forward deep into Ukrainian territory. The ball is inside the Ukrainian 18-yard box, dealt with though by Zabani, just short of the corner flag. And it will be a throw-in to Slovakia. Down their right-hand side, deep into Ukrainian territory. Zabani can't keep the ball in. It will be a throw-in just next to the left-hand sided corner flag. 47 minutes gone, just 2 minutes played in this second half. Slovakia 1, Ukraine 0. Throw-in to Slovakia. As mentioned, just short of that corner flag. Michael Oliver just waving his hand, wanting Slovakia to get play back underway. The ball is with Slovakia though, to the right of the Ukrainian 18-yard box. It's hacked away by Zabani. Will be throw in to Slovakia once again from the same position, down the right-hand side. Ball is thrown in. This is David Hanko. Picks the ball up down the left-hand side for Slovakia. Ball is floated into the Ukrainian 18-yard box, but the play has been stopped because Michael Oliver awards Ukraine a free kick which is taken just outside their 18-yard box. The ball is played forward down the Ukrainian left-hand side, over halfway into the Slovakian half. Picked up though by Stanislav Lobotka. Slovakia have it now with the captain Milan Skriniar, out to the left onto David Hanko, around 15 yards or so from halfway. Milan Skriniar just feeling the effects of a challenge, following a coming together with Artem Dovbyk, but the ball is played downfield. It drifts out on the far side for a Slovakian throw-in, around 10 yards short of the Ukrainian 18-yard box. Last touch was off Brashko. Throw-in is taken by Slovakia. Long throw by Peter Pekaric. This time it's played forward. Ukraine have it though inside their half. Chipped over to the right-hand side, over halfway, brought down rather neatly that by Ukraine's Vladimir Brashko. Now they're guilty of giving the ball away straight back to Slovakia. Now this is David Hanko, around 10 yards over his 18-yard box, played all the way back to Milan Skriniar. Now Slovakia look to find a way forward. This is Lobotka, plays it out to his right-hand side over halfway into the Ukrainian half. Gets the ball back and then gives it straight back to his teammate Pekarik. Slovakia, though, happy to play keep ball as they have the ball inside their half. 10 yards short of halfway, now sprayed over to the left-hand side. Hanko helps it on, and then this time it's a wasteful ball in the end by Slovakia's Robert Bosnik, which drifts out for what will be a throw-in to Slovakia, to Ukraine I should say, down their right-hand side. Quickly thrown in by the Ukrainian fullback Turnshik. Michael Oliver blows his whistle for a Ukrainian free kick, which is quickly taken from the right-hand side of their 18-yard box. Now the ball is over to the left flank. Ukraine come forward on the attack, deep inside the Slovakian half. A ball is crossed in by Mudryk from the left-hand side. A header is headed towards goal. It was the forward Artem Dubovic who got his head to it, but he couldn't divert it on Martin Dubravka's goal. It was first real opportunity of this second half, which has fell to Ukraine. Throwing now down the Ukrainian right-hand side to the right-hand side of the Slovakian 18-yard box. Ball is with David Hanko, though, who's happy to just clear it away down the left. But he gives it straight back to Ukraine and their midfielder Brashko. Brashko now is guilty of giving the ball away. Lobotka can bring it out from the back for Slovakia, but in doing so he was fouled by Michailo Mudryk. It will be a free kick to Slovakia inside their half, 5 yards short of halfway. But that was a glorious chance moments before for Ukraine, but it was dealt with by the Slovakian defence. 51 minutes on the clock. Slovakia 1, Ukraine 0. You're listening to Flash Score, bringing you the live audio commentary of this Euro 2024 group stage encounter, as Martin Dubravka plays the ball out to his right-hand side. The Slovakian goalkeeper, it's sent forward deep into Ukrainian territory. This time fired away by Nikolo Matvienko, but only straight to a Slovakian body. Now this is Vavro out to his right-hand side. Slovakia have it back with Vavro inside the Slovakian half. Now centrally to Milan Skriniar, into the centre circle onto Lobotka. He manages to dance his way past the challenge of Voldemir Brashko. Now Slovakia come forward deep inside the Ukrainian half down their left-hand side. An opportunity for Haraslin, who drives a low ball into the 6-yard box, but it's easily claimed by the Ukrainian goalkeeper Antolin Trublin. Ball is given away rather cheaply though by Ukraine. Slovakia have it 26 yards out from goal, but they're guilty of giving it away. Both teams giving the ball away cheaply. Now this is Mudryk, plays the ball forward into the Slovakian 18-yard box from down the left-hand side. An opportunity perhaps for a shot. Instead the ball goes short of the 18-yard box. Now an opportunity for a cross. A low cross, and this time it's in. Ukraine do level things. It's Shaparenko who's got it. Alexander Zinchenko delivered a low ball from the left-hand side of the Slovakian 18-yard box. A rather inviting ball. He put it on a plate for the Ukrainian midfielder Mykola Shaparenko, who diverts it beyond Martin Dubravka to the right of the Slovakian goalkeeper from around 10 yards out. And it's Slovakia 1, Ukraine 1. A delightful goal that by Ukraine. The ball was played out to the left-hand side, and it's found its way into the path of Shaparenko from the left boot of Zinchenko, and around 10 yards out, Shaparenko strokes it home rather comfortably beyond Martin Dubravka, and it's 1 apiece now at the Dusseldorf Arena. Slovakia 1, Ukraine 1. And now Slovakia have the ball with David Hanko, who plays it off a Ukrainian body. Ball drifting out for what will be a throw-in to Slovakia, who have it all to do now. 1 apiece between these two teams. You are listening to Flash Score, bringing you the live audio commentary. Don't forget, we will be bringing you The live audio commentary of Poland against Austria at 5 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time, followed by that penultimate encounter of France against the Netherlands at 8 p.m. Meanwhile, Ukraine come forward down their left-hand side. Now it's centrally deep inside the Slovakian half. There's a runner out to the right-hand side. Yarmolenko instead plays it to Mudryk on the edge of the area. He plays the ball back. The Ukrainian tails are certainly up as the ball is floated in from the right-hand side of the Slovakian 18-yard box. Easily dealt with, though, by the men in royal blue Slovakia. Now Ukraine have it just over halfway inside the Slovakian half. The ball is played out to the right-hand side. Played forward this time by Ukraine's Alexander Zinchenko, and then the ball, it runs through to into the gloves of Martin Dubravka. He was happy to get the ball into his gloves. That goal from Mikhailo Shaparenko, his first goal of the tournament, bringing Ukraine level on terms with Slovakia. Now this is Martin Dubravka from within his 18-yard box, the Slovakian goalkeeper. Plays it short out to his left-hand side. This time helped forward by Milan Skriniar, all the way back to the goalkeeper Martin Dubravka. Now Denis Vavro. He can look to bring it out from the back for Slovakia. Plays it into the path of Milan Skriniar, over halfway into the Ukrainian half. Nice play by Haraslin. Plays it infield to Lobotka, who's dispossessed, and it's picked up by Andrei Yarmolenko, now the Ukrainian skipper. He floats the ball over to the left-hand side. Picked up now by Mikhailo Mudryk. Just over halfway into the Slovakian half. Now over to Yarmolenko down the right-hand side. This time it's played all the way back to the Ukrainian goalkeeper, Antelin Trublin. Slovakia 1, Ukraine 1. Play has just stopped momentarily because it looks as though the goal scorer Mikhailo Shaparenko is just feeling the effects of a challenge. He's just holding his head, but he's okay to continue. Michael Oliver just has the ball in hand and gives it back to the Ukrainian goalkeeper, Antelin Trublin. Michael Oliver just having a word or two with the Ukrainian goalkeeper, who has the ball in his feet. Plays it out to his right-hand side. This time it's fired forward by Turnchik, looking towards the Ukrainian forward Artem Dubovic. Now Dubravka plays the ball out, helped forward into the path of Lobotka. Over halfway up to the Ukrainian final third. Slovakia have it to the right now of the Ukrainian 18-yard box. An attempted ball in is easily charged down, though. This is Yarmolenko onto Zinchenko. The ball is now into the Ukrainian 6-yard box, played out by Zabani. Now all the way back to his goalkeeper, that is Antelin Trublin. Trublin now back to Zabani. Just over half an hour to go at the Dusseldorf Arena. You are listening to Flash Score. It's Slovakia 1, Ukraine 1. Will there be a winner in this group stage matchup? The ball is now back with Trublin, the Ukrainian goalkeeper. He plays it short onto Zabani. Zabani puts his right boot through it and sends it forward, looking to pick out his teammate Dubovic. He's managed to pick out the Ukraine forward. Ukraine have the ball around 20 yards out from goal in a central position. Now this is Ukraine's Shaparenko. Picks the ball up and then chips it in, looking towards that Slovakian goal. It bounced kindly for Martin Dubravka, who has the ball in hand and looks to set Slovakia on their way. Rolls it out to his left-hand side, picked up now by Milan Skriniar. Now Skriniar gets it back from David Vavro. Half an hour to go in this encounter. Skriniar has the ball. He's got a runner out to his left-hand side. He's picked out David Hanko, who can't keep it in. It will be a throw-in to Ukraine on halfway. Slovakia about to make 2 changes, in fact. So it will be the end of this encounter for Andrzej Duda. Robert Bosnik will also leave the field of play for Slovakia. Those changes can now happen. Bosnik and Duda both leave the field of play. Strelic and Benez are the players to come on. As Ukraine play the ball forwards. They have it down the right-hand side. It's fizzed across rather dangerously from the right of the Slovakian 18-yard box. First introduction there for Belic. Now this is Yarmolenko. Plays it into the path of Belic again, and he's played it off a Slovakian body. It looks as though it's come off David Hanko. It will be a corner now to Ukraine. Alexander Zinchenko just roaring the Ukrainian supporters up inside the stadium as he puts the ball down, ready to take this Ukraine corner from the right-hand side. Ball is played out to the right, and this time Belic has the opportunity to cross it. He digs out across, but it's easily dealt with by the Slovakian defence. Half an hour to go. Ukraine have the ball inside the Slovakian half and opt to play it all the way back to their goalkeeper Trublin, who fires it long, the Ukrainian goalkeeper. Michael Oliver just raises his hand because there's an offside involved with the Ukrainian forward Dubovic. So play can now resume. Both teams getting a small breather. This is Milan Skriniar over to his right hand side, picked up now by Denis Vavro, who can bring it forward, the Slovakia defender. Picked up though by Mudryk, sends it over halfway into the Slovakian half centrally, but again Ukraine guilty of giving the ball straight back to their opponents. This is David Hanko, who goes down under no challenge there and immediately puts the ball out of play. It looks as though he's holding his groin there, David Hanko. It will certainly be a worry this for Slovakia. Looks as though he has pulled his groin, the Feyenoord left back. It could be the end of not only this match but also the end of his tournament. He looks to be in some bother there, David Hanko. The Slovakian medical staff enter the field of play just to attend to the Slovakian fullback. But it is one apiece between these two teams. Slovakia 1, Ukraine 1. David Hanko is back to his feet. Remember, Flash Score is your home of top flight and international football, not only this summer but also next season as well. Slovakia look as though they're readying 2 more changes. In fact, remains to be seen whether David Hanko is able to continue. The ball is out on the left-hand side, a throw-in to Ukraine, which will be given back sportingly to Slovakia. Don't forget Flash Score as well. We'll be bringing you live commentary of Poland against Austria at 5 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time, followed by that penultimate clash between France against the Netherlands later on at 8 p.m. Arsene Wenger is in fact in the dugout. In the dugout, I should say, in the stands, the former Arsenal manager. Undoubtedly going to watch his native France in action later tonight. Play has resumed and Ukraine come forward deep inside the Slovakian half from the right, and it's fired out of play for a Slovakian goal kick. David Hanko is back onto the field of play. He had just picked up some strapping there from the Slovakian medical team. Martin Dubravka just being spoken to by Michael Oliver. But Ukraine have been a lot better in this second half. Serhii Rebevrov has instilled more attacking threat to his side following his half-time talk. 64 minutes on the clock. Slovakia 1, Ukraine 1. Michael Oliver just having a word or two on the far side with one of the delegates, it seems, with Slovakia, as the goal kick is taken by Martin Dubravka, but he plays it short to Andrei Yarmolenko, but Slovakia get away with one there. It's a Ukraine ball inside their half. They pick the ball up, I should say, inside the Ukrainian half. This time it's with Shaparenko, sends it over the top, but well out of play, and it will be a throw-in to Slovakia from inside their half. David Hanko just continues to hold his groin. It looks as though he won't be able to continue, the Slovakian left back, and Milan Skriniar in fact has just signalled to the Slovakian bench and saying that David Hanko isn't able to continue. It looks as though Ukraine themselves are about to make some changes too, as Hanko takes the throw in. No signs of those Slovakian substitutes just yet. Slovakia come forward on the attack. They play the ball over to the right hand side, but there's an offside involving Peter Pekarik, so it will be a free kick to Ukraine down the Ukrainian left hand side. 66 minutes on the clock. Slovakia 1, Ukraine 1. Will we see a winner in Dusseldorf? Those changes can take place now. Artem Dubovic makes way, as does Andrei Yarmolenko, the Ukrainian skipper. So those changes can now take place for Ukraine. The players on are Yaremchuk and Zubkov. And there will also be some changes for Slovakia. Those can now take place. Lucas Haraslin is one of the players to leave the field of play. It looks as though it will just be one change. In fact, it will be two changes for Slovakia. They have now happened, and play resumes with Ukraine having the ball inside their half. Haraslin and Hanko are the players who've left the pitch. On comes Suslov and Obert. Slovakia have a throw-in on the far-hand side, inside the Ukrainian half. They win the ball back and fire it down the right-hand flank. Obert with his first touch since coming on. The ball is now with Ukraine and Trublin, who can play it short from outside his 18-yard box, picked up by Zabani, who sends the ball forward. Now Ukraine play it over halfway inside the Slovakian half. Played onto Zinchenko. Now it's fired over to the right-hand side, the right flank, brought down rather neatly by Shaparenko. Infield to his left, he's managed to pick out Strelek. Now Ukraine have it over the left-hand side. An opportunity for Mudryk perhaps to pick out a cross. He's played it against a Slovakian body. It will be a corner now to Ukraine from the left. 68 minutes on the clock. Slovakia 1, Ukraine 1. Plenty of defending now to do for the Slovakians. As the ball is put down on the spot, ready for this corner. Mikhailo Mudryk to take it. He raises his right hand in the air and delivers the ball in from the left-hand side. Easily headed away though by the Slovakian defence, but only as far as a Ukrainian body in with Shaparenko. The ball is now inside the centre circle within the Ukrainian half. This time picked up by Shaparenko again, given to his goalkeeper, who comes just out of his 18-yard box, Trublin, and fires it long, looking towards the substitute Yaremchuk, but Yaremchuk is penalised because he's in an offside position. It will be a free kick to Slovakia. Just 20 minutes left to play in this group stage encounter. Slovakia 1, Ukraine 1. You are listening to Flash Score, bringing you all live commentaries of Euro 2024 and of course the Copa America. So Flash Score, your home of top flight and international football, not only this summer but also next season. As Martin Dubravka fires the ball deep centrally into the Ukrainian half. Ukraine win the ball back. Now they have it inside their centre circle. Played out to the left-hand side onto Mudryk. Picked up now by Slovakia, and there was a foul there by Vladimir Brashko. So it will be a free kick to Slovakia. They're bringing down their number 22, Stanislav Lobotka, around 5 yards short of halfway. Lobotka stands over this Slovakian free kick. Plays it back to Milan Skriniar. Skriniar this time out to the left-hand side onto the substitute Obert. He does well to get past the challenge from Brashko. But now Ukraine win it back themselves, and the ball drifts out for what will be a throw-in to Ukraine, which is quickly taken. Now this is Zabani back into the Ukrainian half. He plays the ball out to his left-hand side. Picked up now by Matvienko. Sent forward by the Ukrainian centre-back, looking to pick out Alexander Zinchenko, but it runs straight through to Martin Dubravka, who quickly sends Slovakia on their way. The ball is central inside the Slovakian half with Skriniar. He brings it forward. He's got Obert over to his left. He's picked out the Slovakian fullback. Slovakia bring it back inside their half, out to the left-hand side. Slovakia 1, Ukraine 1. The ball is put down for a Slovakian free kick on halfway down the Slovakian left-hand side. This is Milan Skriniar. Skriniar all the way back to goalkeeper Martin Dubravka. Gets it back from the Newcastle shot stopper. Now Dubravka once again has the ball at his feet. He's looking for an option. This time it goes long, up towards the right-hand side. Headed out of play. The last touch was off a Ukrainian head. Throw into Slovakia just short of halfway down their right-hand side. Now this is Lobotka. Plays the ball into the Ukrainian half centrally. Ball is with the Slovakian Juraj Kuchka, who plays it out to the left-hand side. Obert now looking to get past a Ukrainian body, but brings down Ukraine's Alexander Trinchuk, and it will be a free kick to Ukraine, which they quickly take. Now the ball is all the way to Antolin Trublin, their goalkeeper, who rolls it out from his 6-yard box, then gets it back from his fellow teammate Zabani. Now the Ukrainian goalkeeper Trublin again gives it to Nikolo Matvienko. All bodies back for Slovakia. 2 banks of 4, making it very difficult for Ukraine to find a ball forward, but they managed to do so down the Slovakian right-hand side. A ball which is heading towards that Slovakian 18-yard box, but it's easily intercepted. Ball which was delivered in by Juraj Kuchka. And now Slovakia come forward on the attack. Ball is over to the far side down the Slovakian right. Opportunity for Peter Pekarik on the edge of the Ukrainian 18-yard box now. Takes a shot which cannons off Alexander Zinchenko. Falls back to a Slovakian body, but Zinchenko does well to win it back for Ukraine. Now Ukraine look to come forward. Just over 15 minutes to go. It remains 1 apiece between Slovakia and Ukraine. Ukraine come forward on the edge of the area. The ball is out to Mudryk, who goes for goal, and this time the ball is wide of that Slovakian 18. Slovakia left-hand post, and the goal kick is quickly taken. Slovakia have it inside their half centrally. Now the ball is played out to the left-hand side. This is Obert, but there is a Ukrainian body down on the far side of the field. It's Mikhailo Mudryk, who has just gone down holding his left ankle, but that was a glorious opportunity for Ukraine moments before. Mikhailo Mudryk it was who had the shot at goal, and it was saved in the end by Martin Dubravka. It looks as though it just came off the post as well. via Dubravka in the end. And play was just paused momentarily while Mudryk gets some treatment from the Ukrainian medical staff. 15 minutes or so left to play. Don't forget, Flash Score will be bringing you the live audio commentary straight after this encounter of Poland against Austria, which kicks off at 5 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time, and then that clash later on, a mouth-watering encounter, it's fair to say, between both France and the Netherlands, which takes place at 8 p.m. So do stay with us for those two matches. Play can now continue with Milan Skriniar at the back for Slovakia. He takes the throw-in, which was given straight back to Slovakia, I should say. He played the ball further forward, Skriniar, but gives it straight back to Ukraine, who now have the ball centrally inside their half with Zabani. This time it's played all the way back into the path of Matvienko. Now Zabani again onto Ukraine's Shaparenko. Shaparenko back to Zabani. Now Matvienko. Once more onto Shaparenko. Over halfway down the Ukrainian right-hand side. This time the ball is played forward into the path of a Ukrainian body. Chance for a cross perhaps from the right-hand side of the Slovakian 18-yard box. Ukraine still have the ball. Slovakia looking to win it back though. This is Georgi Sudakov. Plays the ball forward. Ukraine have it on the edge of the Slovakian 18-yard box, and the ball breaks kindly to a Ukrainian body. No foul, says Michael Oliver, as a Slovakian player goes down under a challenge. But the ball is given straight back to Ukraine, and they bring it forward over halfway inside the Slovakian half. Play has now stopped. Michael Oliver blows his whistle because there is a Slovakian player down inside the area. Looks as though it's the Slovakian player Suslov, the substitute, who is just feeling the effects of a challenge. But Ukraine have been better in this second half. But as things stand, it will be a point each between both Slovakia and Ukraine. It's one goal each between these two sides as we enter the latter stages of this contest. Suslov is back to his feet. Michael Oliver has the ball in hand and just rolls it back to Ukraine inside the Ukrainian half centrally. Now this is Shaparenko. He gives the ball away, and so does the Slovakia midfielder Lobotka, but Slovakia win it back, and now they come forward within the Ukrainian final third. Centrally now with Lobotka. Out to the left-hand side onto Obert, the substitute. He plays the ball forward into the Ukrainian 18-yard box, but it's dealt with by the Ukrainian defence. Throwing now down the Slovakian left-hand side, around 15 yards or so from the left corner flag. Will be a throw-in, though, to Ukraine. Last touch was off Suslov. Will we see a winner in Dusseldorf between these two teams? The ball is back with the Ukrainian goalkeeper Trublin in his 6-yard box. Now out to the left-hand side. Zinchenko all the way back to his goalkeeper Trublin. Now this is Zabani, the Bournemouth centre-back, just 23 years of age. That is Ilya Zabani. One of the bright sparks last season for Bournemouth in their back line, as he brings the ball out from the back. Opts to go short out to his left-hand side onto Mykolo Matvienko. And now Ukraine have it over halfway down their left. Ball is played back though into the Ukrainian half. 12 minutes of normal time plus whatever is added on for injury time left to go in this encounter as Ukraine come forward down their right hand side. Ball is into the area, and this time will it go over the line? It's in. The ball is in the back of the net, and Ukraine have turned the game on its head. Would you believe it? A splendid goal in the end for Ukraine. Serhii Rebevrov's men have turned the game around. It's poked home in the end by, it looks as though it's Yaremchuk who pokes the ball home. It looked as though Martin Dubravka was going to gather the ball, but Ukraine picked the ball up from inside the right-hand side of their half, played it over halfway, and then a ball over the top, picked out Yaremchuk, and he manages to divert it beyond an onrushing Martin Dubravka, who came out of his goal, and he looked rather unconvincingly, that was the Newcastle goalkeeper, and it's not stopped on the line and finds the back of the Slovakian net. And Ukraine now have the lead in Dusseldorf. It's Slovakia 1, Ukraine 2. There was nothing that Milan Skriniar could do on the goal line to prevent it from going in. And it's Slovakia who trail now Ukraine by 2-1. So it certainly is game on with 10 minutes to go now. Slovakia 1, Ukraine 2. And the ball drifts out on the far side, deep into Ukrainian territory down the Slovakian left. This is Obert. Ball is now with Slovakia centrally from 26 yards out as they potentially line up an effort at goal. This is Lobotka. He plays it over to the right-hand side. Now Peter Pekarik. Centrally into the path of Lobotka, an effort which is taken on and easily dealt with though by the Ukrainian defence. But again, the ball is coming back at Ukraine. It's with Slovakia to the right of the Ukrainian 18-yard box, headed away this time by the Ukrainian centre-back Matvienko, but only as far as Slovakia's Obert, across from the left of the 18-yard box. A header is in there, but this time it's watched out of play by Zabani, and it drifts out for what will be a Ukrainian goal kick. But it has been end-to-end stuff in this second half, but Ukraine have found that all-important second goal, and as things stand, they will be the team that secures all 3 points. But question marks over Martin Dubravka, the Slovakian goalkeeper. The ball broke to Yaremchuk, around 5 yards out, and he fired it home. No chance for the Paris Saint-Germain centre-back, who tried to get back there on the line to prevent it from going goal-bound. But it's Slovakia 1, Ukraine 2. 8 minutes left to play of normal time. Don't forget, Flash Score will be bringing you the live audio commentaries straight after this game as Poland go up against Austria at 5 p.m. and then stay with us for the later kickoff as France take on the Netherlands. But it's Slovakia 1, Ukraine 2 in this encounter, as Slovakia have the ball just on halfway inside their half. Lobotka plays an outside of the boot pass out to his left-hand side, picks out Obert, gets the ball back from his teammate. Now he's got players out to his right-hand side, picked up by Peter Pekarik. Pekarik again, this time onto Denis Vavro. Time starting to run out for Slovakia. Will they find a late goal in Dusseldorf? This is Obert down the Slovakian left-hand side. Plays it back to Denis Vavro. Now there's space for Lobotka. All bodies back there now for Ukraine as they look to weather this Slovakian storm. Slovakia have it now down their right-hand side, around 26 yards out from the Ukrainian goal. It's centrally now with Skriniar, who brings it forward and this time is fouled, and it was a rather take one for the team challenge that by Yaremchuk, the goal scorer. It will be a free kick to Slovakia, around 24 yards out from goal, and an opportunity for Slovakia to pump the ball in to the Ukrainian mix. 6 minutes of normal time to go. Slovakia 1, Ukraine 2. Slovakia turning the game. Ukraine turning the game on its head. It was Slovakia who were leading, but Ukraine have since found the net twice. Free kick to the left-hand side of the Ukrainian D, around 26 yards out. An opportunity to have a shot at goal, perhaps. A shot which is fired at goal, and it's a rather poor one to say the least. A shot which was fired at goal by one of the substitutes, Belik. And now Ukraine about to make 2 more changes. Kalo Mudryk, the Chelsea forward, will leave the field of play. There will be extra time added on, of course, for all the substitutes throughout this clash. And another change which we'll see. Strelic leave the field of play. In comes number 5, Ukraine's Malinovsky, alongside Sidorchuk. So Malinovsky and Sidorchuk into the field of play for the remaining 5 minutes or so, as the goal kick is fired forward by the Ukrainian goalkeeper Trublin. Slovakia managed to win it back though. They have it at the back now with Obert. Straight to Martin Dubravka, who gives it back to Obert once more. But there's an offside involving Yaremchuk, and Slovakia get themselves a free kick. And in blue, Slovakia want to get proceedings back underway. Obert has the ball down the left-hand side, but there is a change for Slovakia. Change which sees Ivan Strange, the goalkeeper, leave the field of play. On comes Lucas Schauer for these final 4 minutes. Slovakia have the ball inside their half in the centre circle. Now this is Milan Skriniar. Plays it out to Lobotka, out to his right-hand side. The Napoli man sprays it over to the left flank. Brought down by Sauer now. Still going. Sauer goes down under a challenge, wins his side a free kick. Wants more urgency from his fellow teammates, and now Slovakia have an opportunity from the set piece. Set piece which will be taken 22 yards out from goal to the left of the Ukrainian 18-yard box. More bodies back for Ukraine. Sauer delivers from the left-hand side, punched clear by the Ukrainian goalkeeper Trublin. Out of play on the far side, it will be a throw-in to Slovakia. An opportunity now for Suslov to take it. Slovakia have it now inside the Ukrainian half. The ball is overhit and runs into the Slovakia half of the field, but they come forward again. This is Obert, feeds it through towards Sauer, and then he can't flick the ball into the 18-yard box, and it drifts out for what will be a Ukrainian goal kick. 3 minutes or so left to play at the Dusseldorf Arena. That goal from Yaremchuk is what separates these two teams as things stand. It will be 3 points to Ukraine. Of course, Slovakia were looking to build on that 1-0 victory over Belgium in their first matchup. Celebrations from Andrei Shevchenko as he punched the air in delight following that second Ukrainian goal. Slovakia 1, Ukraine 2. Don't forget, Flash Score will be bringing you live audio commentary of both Poland against Austria at 5 p.m, followed by that clash between both France and the Netherlands at 8 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. Slovakia come forward deep into the Ukrainian half centrally. The ball is out to the left-hand side, picked up now by Strelec. And this time it comes off a Slovakian body and it goes out for a Ukrainian throw-in down their right-hand side. Those Ukrainian fans making themselves heard as they roar their team home. The ball is fired downfield. Over halfway and given straight back to Slovakia though. This is Denis Vavro. He brings it into the centre circle. Out to Milan Skriniar. Over halfway into the Ukrainian half. He's got a man out to his left-hand side. He manages to pick out Obert down the left, who delivers from the left-hand side. It takes a nick off Ukraine's number 19, Mikhailo Shaparenko. It will be a late corner now to Slovakia from the left-hand side, which will be taken by Belik. He puts the ball down on the spot. He's joined by Suslov, who has a word or two. Belik raises both hands in the air as the ball is about to be delivered into the 18-yard box. Belik delivers, it's headed on, and this time It evades everybody and comes off a Slovakian head and drifts out for a Ukrainian goal kick. 30 seconds of normal time left to play. We're about to find out how many minutes will be added on in this contest, as Trublin is about to take the Ukrainian goal kick. Slovakia 1, Ukraine 2. Trublin with the Ukrainian goal kick. It remains to be seen how many minutes will be added on at the end of this contest. Will there be a late goal in Dusseldorf? The answer is 5 additional minutes. The ball is cleared away by Ukraine. Throw into Slovakia down their left-hand side, around halfway within the Ukrainian half. Ball is played all the way back to Milan Skriniar. Gets it back from Lobotka. Out to his right-hand side onto Denis Vavra. Now Lobotka in the centre circle within the Ukrainian half. Out to Vavro down the Slovakian left-hand side. He plays the ball forward, looking to pick out a teammate, but it's comfortably watched out in the end. But it will be a Slovakian corner from the right-hand side. A lapse in concentration there from Alexander Zinchenko. He believed the ball came off a Slovakian body, but it will be a Slovakian corner. Play is just being stopped momentarily. Michael Oliver just points over to the far side. There will be another change which will come in the way of Ukraine. They're about to bring on a defender. There will be a change which will see Nikolo Shaparenko leave the field of play. What a shift he has put in, Shaparenko, this afternoon. That corner can now take place from the right-hand side. Slovakia deliver the ball into the area. It breaks away. Still not away, and this time a shot was fired in. It was Suslov who looked to take a shot at goal, but he got it all wrong in the end. Shaparenko makes way for Taloriev. And now Slovakia have the ball in their centre circle. 2 minutes left to play of additional time. We've already had 3 minutes. Slovakia play the ball out to the right-hand side. Lobotka helps it on, and this time no foul, says Michael Oliver, but it will be a throw-in to Ukraine inside their half from the left, around 10 yards short of halfway. Will there be a late goal and late drama in Dusseldorf? Slovakia 1, Ukraine 2. Just 2.5 minutes left to go. Don't forget, Flash Score, your home of top flight in international football this summer and next season. We'll be bringing you live audio commentary of Poland against Austria next at 5 p.m, followed by that penultimate encounter between France and the Netherlands at 8 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. Ball is with Slovakia inside their half as Milan Skriniar brings it forward, plays it over deep into Ukraine territory, headed away at the back though by Zabani. Anywhere will do now for Ukraine as they come forward over halfway inside the Slovakian half. Play it down that left-hand side. You feel as though Ukraine should be looking towards the corner flag, but Slovakia continue to come forward. Ukraine have it though, and that's what they do. They head towards that corner flag now. The ball is with Ukraine's Georgy Sudakov. Will Ukraine manage to hang on and secure victory? Slovakia win the ball back with Milan Skriniar. You feel it's last chance saloon now if Slovakia are able to grab themselves a late goal. The ball is fired over to the right-hand side towards the Ukrainian 18-yard box. This time Slovakia are guilty of giving it away. They've managed to win it back with Vavro. Now this is Lobotka. Lobotka out to the left-hand side. Now space for Obert. Now Sauer from the left of the Ukrainian 18-yard box. Headed away though at the last-ditch attempt by Mikhailo Matvienko. But again Slovakia come forward. Chance perhaps for Obert. He manages to pick out Lobotka. Is there one last glorious opportunity for Slovakia? A shot is fired towards goal by Skriniar from around 26 yards out, which is easily charged down. Now Vavro gives it to Skriniar. The Slovakia captain out to his left-hand side onto Lobotka, who can bring it forward. This time it's picked up by Sauer again. Given straight back to Slovakia from Ukraine. The ball is out to the right-hand side, and the ball must go into the area. This time, the ball is out on the far side, and it will be a Ukraine goal kick, and that is surely the last piece of action. Slovakia, as things stand, will have 3 points. Ukraine will also be on 3 points as the ball is put down on the 6-yard box as the Ukrainian goalkeeper Antolai Trublin plays it long. Michael Oliver's looked at his watch and he blows his whistle. It is a victory for Ukraine. They do have liftoff at Euro 2024. It was Slovakia who took the lead in this encounter, but 2 goals from Ukraine turned the game on its head, to the delight of all those travelling Ukraine supporters from the capital, Kiev. And it has finished at the Dusseldorf Arena. It's finished Slovakia 1, Ukraine 2. And don't forget, stay with us, because we will bring you Poland against Austria at 5 p.m, followed by France against the Netherlands later on at 8 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. But it has finished Slovakia 1, Ukraine 2.